Continuando aqui com Juarez.
Darling, it's interesting how the truth can sometimes seem might malleable, depending upon your point of view.
Like how those dime novels make you out to be something you're not?
Jack, don't be starting trouble.
No, he's right. They do tend to exaggerate.
Did they exaggerate your part in taking down the Daltons?
Well, I was a flesh boy, so I saw what happened firsthand. Those Daltons were lawmen once, before they all went bad. Ranks and trains clear across the territory. Until Coffeeville, of course. I was one of the citizens who took up arms that day.
Fighting on the side of right?
I did my best, sir. We all did. It was early morning. One of my friends was a local gunsmith, and he handed out firearms to anybody who'd take one. The Daltons got it in their heads to rob two banks at the same time. Two banks on the same damn street. The story was Bob Dalton's girl was always writing him about how he had no ambition. Next to Jesse James, she'd say. Finally, the bastard took his brothers to Coffeeville just to shut her up.
Right. It's always the woman's fault.
Calmei, parceiro.
Well, the locals recognized the Daltons right off. Before they could get away, half the town took up arms to defend their property. Their first mistake was pulling a job in their own damn hometown. The boys grew up in Coffeeville, so everybody knew them.
Put some holes in them!
Presta já. Quebrar essa porta aqui agora. Opa.
The brothers paid dearly for their stupidity. But everybody knows they had it coming.
There's more to it than that. I read all about that day, so I know for a fact that it went down very differently. First of all, it was high noon. A posse of U.S. deputy marshals brought across the street.
Get ready, boys. Gonna make a move.
The lawmen had been tracking the Daltons for months, and now they finally had them dead to rights. Among them was a bounty hunter feared by many a lawbreaker. The marshals tried to get the Daltons to surrender.
They'll give up eventually. We just gotta wait till something pitches out.
This bounty hunter knew that the brothers were far too proud to ever lay down their guns. He went in there alone to confront those criminals.
Opa, o que vai acontecer aqui agora?
One of the marshals shouted, "Where are you going? Are you crazy?"
Hey, where do you think you're going, dumbass? That rifle's mine.
But he paid him no mind. He saw a way to get around to the back of the bank. Then he figured out how to hit the Daltons from a direction they weren't expecting. from above. Fortunately, a water tower was right there.
Dieu mesmo, foi.
It's you or me? Get out here!
Ó, as bacanas ali só pra arma.
The Dalton boys knew I would never give up. Those Daltons weren't the sharpest knives in the drawer, but they always stood together. They set a trap to slow me down and allow at least two of them to escape. The third brother stayed behind to plant me, just in case that trap of theirs didn't work.
Matilha. Vai me arrebentar.
It was Emmett, the youngest, and he decided to stand his ground and face me down.
I ain't afraid of you, Silas Reeves.
É saco pra esses caras aqui.
He was determined to protect
Quando
me.
aparece só lixando.
I understood how he felt. Taking me on all by his lonesome wasn't exactly a recipe for a long life.
Reeves. Cut you in half!
Quando aparece os caras tem essa taxa amarela lá em cima, é difícil mais matar.
I'm gonna cut you in half! Coward I'll blow your damn head clean off! With the wrong damn Dalton. Gonna beat you like a red-headed stepchild. Gonna send you to the bone orchard.
Ué, até que foi rápido dessa vez.
Survived the robbery in
O
Coffeeville.
outro anterior demorou demais.
They say he was shot 23 times.
Well, Dwight, who do you think put all those damn holes in him? But I have to admit, that boy had grit.
We'll get those suckers!
It took me a couple of days to track the Daltons down.
They can't get away with this!
And in that time, a whole posse of local vigilantes offered to lend a hand.
We'll track him to the ends of the earth.
They seemed as determined as me to find those outlaws. But as we headed into those swamps, it was like I had my own private army. There was no way those boys were getting away this time.
It was early fall, right? Beautiful time of year. At least you had the weather on your side.
Not by my recollection. It was damp and foggy as hell. It was tough to stay on a true course, so we kept an eye out for landmarks.
Something. Deu passagem.
It was autumn. The maple trees were in full color, red as blood. The rains that year were torrential, so the whole area was flooded. The vigilantes had spread out wide, and pretty soon I couldn't see anybody.
Bury them in the swamp. Plant them where they stand.
Except for some bitches ahead of me wanting to do me harm.
Completamente estreito. Cadê o cabo, né?
I'm ending you. It's you or me.
chegar mais perto se quiser ver ele. Tá atrás dessa cabana. O que parece. Acho que tá o cara. Terminou.
So did you find the Daltons?
Not yet, but I did have the questionable pleasure of meeting a few of their friends.
Catch him in the crossfire.
Show 'em how to do it! That's right. Run! He's wounded! Get me! We'll have to do everything!
E quem tá me atirando?
The boys had established quite a reputation by that time, so they attracted all manner of riffraff to their cause.
I'm gonna cut you in two.
Fala aí, caralho.
Let's just do it!
Man can shoot. Gotta give him that. Kill him already.
Ainda tem cabo aqui. Tô pensando, se eu arriscar aqui. bomba aí atrás de mim. The hard shot.
The boys had established quite a reputation by that time, so they attracted all manner of riffraff to their cause.
Headshot. Famoso headshot. Tiro na cabeça. Corre, não deu tempo. Última tentativa.
The boys had established quite a reputation by that time, so they attracted all manner of riffraff to their cause.
Sai, caralho, sai! Deu. Pois eu volto a jogar essa moça, tchau.